A year ago today, the country went into lockdown, and none of us realised what was happening. At the time, we thought it was going to be a fairly short-term prospect, and that by the summertime we'd be back to normal and back to our normal lives. Of course, we're now no different.
Hello, I'm Adam Cowper-Smith. I'm a soft facilities services consultant and interim manager. I trade as Soft Service Solutions.
It was 8 days before the contract I was working on was due to mobilise. So we couldn't stop the previous 4 months' work, and we had to mobilise a contract for HM Courts and Tribunal Services. Now, that of course was going to be a lot of work. It was a huge contract, the second biggest of its type in the UK in the public sector. And on top of that, we had to incorporate into that preventative measures and protective measures for coronavirus, which we really didn't understand what we were dealing with, but we had to learn on the hoof as we went along. So we mobilised the contract, and during that time we had to recruit an additional 1,200 staff to cover the additional work that was needed to do the touchpoint cleaning and response cleaning that we needed to do for coronavirus. That was double the number of staff that we transferred into the organisation to start with. Now, on top of that, for me, I was asked to lead the process of distributing hand sanitizer initially to the whole of the estate, so 378 buildings I think it was, across the national contract. And I was starting from nothing. We had no hand sanitizer, there was a shortage of it. We imported some from Vietnam, but prior to that we had a load that was lined up to come to us from South Africa, and literally the day that it was due to be exported, South Africa went into lockdown, so we weren't able to get that. I put together a whole distribution network from the isolation of my home office, which is basically a desk in a bedroom, and from there I had 400 people inputting data of what their requirements for what was initially hand sanitizer, but then expanded into face coverings, gloves, goggles, was all distributed through this network, and all while we were in lockdown. Subsequently for that, when my contract with the company that I was working with, NG, came to an end, I took on another contract with Sodexo's integrator and DWP to review the processes that they were using for COVID-19. To do that, I had to learn how coronavirus was spread, how it could be prevented. I took 2 courses, one with the WHO and one with a company called IBAC, which specialises in cleaning and sanitisation, so that I knew what was needed to prevent people from becoming infected and how to react to it accordingly. So in the last year I've become a specialist in COVID-19, how to protect and prevent people from it. I'm not a specialist in the virus, I leave that to the medical people. I'm a specialist in dealing with the response to it in a building and what you need to do. And there have been a lot of claims made about various different methods of protection that I'll go into in another vlog.
If you're watching this on LinkedIn, please click share and like my post. If you're watching this on YouTube, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel.